Hey everyone, it's Emily here. For the next few weeks, we're going to talk about something that I hope makes you smile, the topic of joy. And while joy may sound like something small or potentially even inconsequential, I hope you hear through these next few weeks that joy is not just a nice to have thing. Joy is actually crucial to our well-being. As someone once said, joy is the oxygen we need to do hard things. And I think that's true. Joy is deeply important. And so, for the next few weeks, we're going to explore what joy is, why God wants joy for each of us, and some practical ways that we can choose joy and invite more joy into our lives. To begin, I'd like to just talk about joy in the context of our Christian faith. Some of you may know that we had earlier this year author and mental health advocate Kay Warren come and speak at our church. And one of the things that Kay talks about is how Jesus was a man of joy. While much of our art and the depictions of Jesus show him as serious or somber, many of the depictions of Jesus are him on the cross. But if you look at his life as a whole, he really was a person of laughter and delight and joy. Just go back to the Gospels and look at how he interacts with his disciples. Read some of his parables. Many of them are layered with humor. If we look to Jesus, we actually get an example for our own lives. And we see that even with the struggles and the hardships he faced and the pain that he endured, he simultaneously chose joy. Joy was a foundational aspect of his life here on earth. I'm convinced that joy is something that God wants for me, and joy is something that God wants for you. As opposed to happiness, which is dependent on the circumstances around us, joy is something that goes deeper. It's not dependent on the ups and downs of life, but is instead rooted in the always and available good presence of God. And so this really is good news because joy is something that is available to each of us. We become people of joy when we allow God's goodness and truth to make a place and make a home within our souls. We become people of joy when we rest in the assurance that God is here, and in the end, all will be well and all will be with God. But of course, that is easier said than done. And so for this month, we're going to look at some practical ways, some things that we can actually do to usher more joy into our lives. Things like practicing gratitude, showing kindness, and nurturing our relationships. My prayer is that these practices will be taken seriously by you because God desires for you to have joy. You deserve joy and are worthy of joy as well. I'll see you next week.